Well, here it is, peeps. Here it is, the finals of the GTTCC. So, 2 races for you lot tonight. We've got a 15-minute quali, and then we jump into 2 races. We've got a half-hour race at Catalunya, and then we have a little bit of a break, and then we jump into a reverse grid half-hour race round at Bathurst. So, finals. A few players vying for top spot at the minute. I've not still not managed to get a decent screenshot of these scores, so they are going to be read out by hand again. Right, I'm under pressure this week though. I'm under pressure. I got told off last week. So let me just. So if you've been watching this, you know who's in these races. I'm going to read them out once and once only because I should be allowed to get away with this one. All right. In the room tonight, we've got Rick 33 GTR, myself, Fabuki 207, JPH 99, P1 Dylan, hold on, just hold on. P1 Dylan, Mental Nev, Mocking Weeks, Ben Cosgrove, Fat Pickles Bro, Potter McPot, hold on. Potter McPot 679, and White Shark Jim, hold on. White Shark Jim. So, I am not allowed to say. Oh, I can't even repeat them now, can I? I can't say the first bit of Dylan 20's name. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to say the first bit of McPot79's name. And this is going to be the real bad one. I'm not allowed to say the middle name of White Jim. It's not going to last. It's not going to last, is it? It's not going to last. I'm not going to be able to get away with that one, am I? Not get away with it, but it's never going to last. It's never going to last when I say such and such is chucking one down the inside or something. And yeah, I don't think that's going to. It's not all going to work out tonight. So leading the way in first place with just 2 races to go is White Jim. Whew, got it. He's on 190 points. Right behind him is Mr. Don, but he's not racing tonight. I can't say the first part of his name the same either, but it's the same as the first bit of Dylan's name. I can't say his first bit. Get told off. He's sitting in second, but unfortunately, I think he Godzilla'd his own sim rig last night. Yeah, I don't even know. I just heard and saw comments and pictures of the Hulk and Godzilla, and yeah. Devastation has happened to his rig. It was all his own doing. Yeah, I think he got into a little bit of a rage cosmoshal, and yeah, PlayStation and all his kit got it. So he's sitting in second, but unfortunately not racing tonight. So we'll have to see where that puts him in the championship by the end of tonight. Sitting in third, we've got Mental Nev. He is on 168 points. MG Jason, are you in the room? No MG Jason. So we're working away again for MG Jason. Sitting in fourth though, MG Jason. He's got 163 points. Mr. Dylan 20 sitting in fifth position. Whew, got away with that one as well. Got away with that one. 155 points for Mr. Dylan. Fabuki 207, he's sitting in sixth. He's got 148 points. Also on 148 points is Mr. Ben Cosgrove. Mocking Weeks is sitting in 8th. He has got himself 132 points. Fat Pickles 9th. He's got himself 131 points. Sorry, I'm having to scroll from one side of the earth to the other for this spreadsheet. Where are we? Fat Pickles Bro sitting in 9th. He has got himself 109 points. Rick 33 GTR in 10th. Apologies, he's got 109 points. Fat Pickles 131. Muckpot 79. Oh, where have you gone, McPot? I've scrolled up and across all at the same time, and it's all gone missing. McPot 79. He is on. Come on. 105 points. And Robus sitting in 12th on 88 points. 76 points for JPH 99. And Shell Shock sitting at the bottom of the pack with only 34 points. But we've not seen Shell Shock for a couple of weeks. And obviously, final races tonight. We're not going to see him next week either. Right. So, final rounds coming up. Let's get ourselves into this lobby. 15-minute quali. It does seem like we were only at Catalunya last night. Oh, funnily enough, yes we were. With the P1 boys. So, turn the usual nonsense on. So, we've got some hot laps in already. Mocking Weeks is actually sitting on pole with a 151.387. Fat Pickles second, no hot lap on the board from him yet though. But these boys do like to chuck themselves on and off the track, which does mean their times disappear off screen. Swines! Let's just see what Fat Pickles Bro's got. So it's an out lap, that's 2:02.7. Mr. Dillon, though, gone quickest overall so far, 151.1, sticks him on pole. Mocking second now, 151.3. Fat Pickles Bro, yeah, no hot lap from him, no hot lap from White Jim, no hot lap from Ben. Oh, sorry, yes, there is. He's on a 151.7. Yeah, that's what I mean. So some of these boys have been round and chucked themselves back in the pits, as Mr. Cosgrove has just done. Shows that they haven't got a score, even though they have got a position. So Dylan's still up front, Mocking Week second, Fat Pickles third, Fabuki fourth, 151.5 for Fabuki. White Jim now sixth, sorry, just being pushed down again. So no score on the board. Driving for DCC Digital Car Culture is Mr. White Jim. I nearly said it, oh, so nearly said it. 33 GTR, 7th position, 152.297 for him in the minute. JPH in 8th. He's on a 156.229, 226. McPot 79, 158.439. And White Jim chucked himself back in the pits. Yeah, driving for Team DCC. Our man Cliche. Take the championship as well as the DCC driver. Stop it with the loud noises coming out of the pits, damn you. Potts driving for Team Michelin. He's been with Michelin for several seasons now, McPot. So Dylan chucks himself in the pits. 151.191 he's got. Weeks still on that 151.3. 8.5 minutes into quali. Fat Pickles in third, then 152.0 on the board, but that's not the time he's got. What is he? A 10th back from Mocking. It's 151, so he's on about 151.5-ish. A little bit quicker than his fastest at the minute. Only by 6 thousandths. Someone else leaving the room. Then fresh set of boots on board for him. Mental Nev. No time on the board. Mr. Jim, he's moving up to 4th, but yeah, it is a little bit difficult for me to keep control of these boys when they're in and out the racetrack, because they will start sort of down in 7th until they cross the line. It's wherever they come into the pits, they restart back at the back until they cross that first timing line. So Dylan's still on that lap 3 time then. Mocking Weeks is still on second. Rookie sitting out the end of qualifying by the looks of it. Mental Nev still not arrived in the pits yet. This is down to the updates. They have extended the pit time for some reason. Not all tracks, but some of them. White Jim then 6th position now. Ben Cosgrove 7th. Yeah, so no times on the boards for these lot. 33, 152.2. So yeah, what they do is they put a hot lap in, they put their out lap in, they put the hot lap in, and the second they cross the line, rather than doing the next lap to get back to the pits, they just chuck themselves out the race or out the session into the pits, and then they can start directly from the pits with a fresh set of tyres again. So I can see the sense behind it, but it doesn't make my job any easier. Sitting in 8th then for Rick 33, JPH still 9th, and McPot down in 10th, 158.4 for McPot. So if you saw the post earlier, you'll know that the MRC boys are running a race against dementia tomorrow. I mean, I think they're doing a full 24 hours, the boys, not a full stint for all of them. I believe they're doing 2 4-hour stints each. I think the first stint is actually 5 hours because it includes qualifying as well. But yeah, all against the race against dementia. If you go and have a look on my Facebook page, you'll see the link to the event. You'll see the Just Giving page link as well. So that's tomorrow morning. I think it's pod. Oh, nearly said it. Nearly said it. What did he say? He said 9 effing M is what he said, is what time it kicks off. So 9 o'clock in the morning they all start racing tomorrow. It will be live streamed. Where's that? Not by me, so it's Showler 69, sorry, 89, so that's SHOWLER 89. So that's tomorrow from 9 o'clock, race against dementia with the MRC boys. McPot is driving for that. So nearly said his name. Ben Cosgrove done a sneaky little fast one, got himself on pole, but it doesn't tell me. Oh yes it does, over to the left, 151, 158. How are we all doing tonight, people, anyway? We okay? We okay? Ben Cosgrove getting good shouts about his liveries. I think, are you driving for DCC? Are you driving for DCC as well, or are you just getting their logo on your car? I'm not sure if you're driving for DCC as well in this one. Or are you just being a good lad and, like I say, just sticking the sticker on your car because that's what we do in the sim racing world. Plenty of support given. Yeah, Digital Car Culture, the digital online magazine started up by our mate Can't Shake the Cliche. If you've been a watcher of my channel for any length of time, you may have seen me in 1 or 2 lobbies. You've probably seen him in a few chats as well. Does loads of stuff, Forza, does truck racing, truck driving, you know, truck sims, snow runner, all sorts of stuff. He does the lot, but he sticks it all down in Digital Car Culture, which, like I say, is online digital car magazine. Go check it out. Still holding that top spot though, Ben. What have we got? Just a minute left. So these two, will they even get to cross the line? Dylan's on an out lap, so it's not going to really affect him. Watkin is also on an out lap, so unless they cross the line, they're not going to benefit from this one. So nobody really moving positions. Mental they're 5th, White Jim 6th, McPot 7th, moved himself up from the bottom of the table at least. 33 in 8th, JPH 9th, and Fubuki now 10th, but I don't think that's his finish position. So we're just ticking over that 15-minute mark. Looks like these boys have managed to squeeze another lap in. Yeah, just by a second, Ben Cosgrove and Dylan 20. Weeks finished his. Who's that going backwards? Is that Fat Pickles launching himself into the wall at the end of the start-finish straight, as did White Shark Jim. So that is qualifying over. These boys just get to finish these laps off. See what Mental Nev's got. He has just picked himself up a penalty through there. 6th position for Mental. So Ben Cosgrove holding on to that top spot by 8 thousandths. Dylan 2nd, Mockin 3rd, Fat Pickles 4th, Buki 5th, Mental Nev 6th, White Shark Jim 7th, McPot 8th now, being pushed down another position just at the end there. Rick 33 in 9th and JPH 10th. Just see what Mr. Cosgrove and Monsieur Dylan. Oh, Dylan's pulled over. Looks like he's resigned himself to Mr. Cosgrove taking that pole position. Here's rocking the DCC logo on the bonnet, on the black section. Ooh, and a great big dark smoker on the front as well. Good lad. Can't ask for any more than that, can you, really? Yeah, it does get a lot of comments about his liveries, does Mr. Cosgrove. Dylan giving props to Ben, so Dylan must have put his absolute everything into that second position lap now, which means he must know that Mr. Cosgrove has put absolutely everything into his pole position. Here we go then, race 1, 30 minutes round at Catalunya. I've got a dicky lighter, so you might hear a bit of that. Alright, should be prepared, people. Final 2 rounds then of GTTCC, 30 minutes at Catalunya, followed by 30 minutes at Bathurst. Reverse grid for race 2. Can Ben Cosgrove fend off the other drivers behind? It is a one-make race for race 1. As you can see, they're all in the Aston. Revs up. Lights are on. Just wait for these to drop. And they're away. Good start. Poor start this week. So Ben leading the way then, hotly chased by Dylan, Ockenweeks, Fat Pickles. Are we going to see people make a move into turn 1? Cosgrove holds it around the outside. Dylan 2nd, Ockenweeks 3rd then. Fubuki holds on to 4th. Ben Cosgrove's got it a little bit wrong through there though. He's had to slow down a bit. It's allowed Dylan to come through to take that top spot. So just compromised a little bit through that first turn. He is trying to fend off that big pack of Astons behind him. He's lost another position as well to Ockenweeks. So the 2 P1 drivers getting themselves out front early on. And Cosgrove almost losing another position here. Fubuki trying to go down the inside. I think he's got the job done as well. He has. He'll have the advantage into Worth as well as they come into here. When he carry the speed. Oh, Ben Cosgrove's had a good exit though. Fubuki still got his wipers on from last week. Top 2 already pulling a bit of a gap. 1.3 seconds from the 3rd place Ben Cosgrove. So being hounded by Fubuki then, Ben Cosgrove Tiny bit of a gap back to Fat Picklesbro in 5th. Oh, I nearly said it. Muckpot in 6th. Mental Nev 7th. JPH in 8th. White Jim 9th. And Rick 33 in 10th. Great big cut of that curb there, Rick 33. There you go, second penalty for it. Look at the gap the top 2 have got as they disappear down that straight. That's insane already. So on board with Fabuki then as we look forward to the top 2. 1.9 seconds the gap these 2 have got. Are we seeing? We are. We're seeing Mocking Weeks going for the lead of the race. Ooh, nearly said that one as well. Mr. Dillon getting it a little bit wrong and running himself wide into the sand. That's just allowed Mocking Weeks to take the tighter line, take that position. Trying to drop his penalty through there as well. So he's starting to lose time to Mocking, 0.7 back. Dylan then looking forward to Mocking Weeks. That's the gap he's got back to Fabuki. So it's still 1.2 seconds out of that direct slipstream range attack at the minute. You've got to think about closing the gap back up on Mocking Weeks in front though. He is a second back, so out of the slipstream range himself as Fabuki closes up. Starting to spread out a little bit then. Fat Pickles in 4th, Ben now 5th, McPot in 6th, and Nev right behind him though for 7th, White Jim in 8th, JPH 9th, and 33 still 10th. Still all gaining toes down here apart from the very front 2 drivers I believe. Aren't getting a toe. Ben Cosgrove going for a move. Is he going to get anything done? Just to go around the outside. That's the wrong driver. Looking at the wrong car. You muppet. Does. Ben Cosgrove was under attack from McPot and Mental Nev, but he's held on to 5th. Out long though. McPot and Mental Nev trying to get the inside line down into Repsol. Cosgrove though carries the speed through, swings himself across, cuts off the attack from McPot and Mental Nev. Mental Nev looking for an attack himself on McPot down the inside. Difficult to get that one done. Oh, it's nudged Potter wide. It's got a little bit squirrely through there as well. Unfortunately, that was a cost. Mental Nev and McPot a couple of positions. So Mental Nev doing the right thing, allowing Potter back on track in front of him. Put them down to 8th and 9th. JPH getting slightly tangled up in that and allowed Rick 33 up into 7th. So Mental Nev Potts swapping positions. Mental Nev back up to 8th. Pot 9, JPH still 10th. Mocking Weeks though still holding that top spot. 2.2 seconds from Dylan 20. Fabuki 3rd. That's Fabuki. He's only 1.4 back. He's still got Fat Pickles right on his tail though. He'll get a good toe down this start finish straight. Fabuki not gaining a toe from the cars in front. Fat Pickles should get a good old drag down here. Not as much as I thought actually. Does close the gap up. Not carrying too much speed into turn 1 either. Boys just feathering the throttle through here. Down towards Repsol then. Awkward little turn this one, nice and tight on the way in, and then it opens up a little bit on the way out. And there's the gap to 1, 2 and 3 in front. Fat Pickles is looking even more dangerous. He's closing up on Fabuki. He's got no direct threat behind from Ben Cosgrove. Still under threat from White Jim, Rick 33. Told you. There's a technique to it. Closes up again then, Fat Pickles. Get a little bit too far back to make a move through the, whatever this one's called, the cake shop. Needs to stick with him then. Get a better run on him down this start-finish straight. Just keep my eye on those positions behind, seeing what's happening. Nobody's swapping places at the minute. Oh. Fat Pickles not getting a tidy exit through there. That's just allowed Fabuki to squidge off down the road a little bit, so he's got himself back up to 3/4 of a second gap. Fat Pickles then not gaining anything that time. Ben in 5th still, 1.6 seconds back. White Jim another 1.1 back. Rick 33 is only 0.3 back. Again, just a little bit too far back to make a move. Thought about chucking one down the inside. Mental Nev starting to close up, as is McPot, pulling time over JPH 99. JPH now 3.1 seconds back. Haven't got a penalty. Mocking Weeks then comfortably out front. 2.6, nearly 2.7 seconds. Has got a little bit of a penalty to lose. So just needs to keep it pointing in a straight line, does Mocking. Apart from when he's going around the corners, obviously. Down through Cake Shop himself, just drops a tiny bit of his penalty through there. Keeps the gap between himself and Dylan. Fabuki now 2.6 seconds back. Fat Pickles still looking for a way past. It's kicking off here then. White Jim under pressure from Rick 33. Mental Nev still right there. McPot's still right there. JPH losing a little bit more time as well. Just did he pick up a penalty, or you just dropped a bit through there? Dropped it, I think. See what's going off here then. 33 in a good position on White Jim. McPot is in a decent position on Mental Nev. Swings himself out to the right. We're on board with Potter McPot, looking for a move on Mental Nev. Gets the job done into turn 1, up into 8th position for McPot. Nev gets a good run though up towards, oh, not quite. Into Repsol then. Again, not quite brave enough to sling one down the inside. So Potter now 1.4 second gap, and while Potter was making that move, I've lost it. I've said it about 4 times now. White Jim in front. I've got away with that one so far. White Jim in front has been overtaken by Rick 33. Lost the challenge, I can't believe it. Unless you lot didn't notice. If you have to rewind the stream, then it never happened. Mocking Weeks slowly dropping that penalty off, losing a couple of tenths to Dylan behind. Both these boys driving for P1. I'm not allowed to say that either, am I? That's ruined that. You've only got White Jim left. But it wasn't in relation to his name, so I'm keeping that one. Keeping it. Mr. Seamus. Fabuki then coming under pressure from Fat Pickles, down the inside for Fat Pickles. Fabuki just trying to drop his penalty still. So Fat Pickles up into third, Fabuki into fourth. Nearly 12 minutes into this race. Ben Cosgrove still holding fifth. White Jim got himself back past Rick, back up into sixth then for White Jim. Rick in, oh, who's that in the background? Potts running massively wide, looking for a move round Mental Nev. He's trying to hold it through here as well, but Mental Nev's definitely going to have the advantage. Pot then keeps himself in touch with Mental Nev. He's got himself a little bit of a penalty with that off-track action. Shouldn't be too difficult to drop that and keep himself in touch with Mental. JPH unfortunately slowly just dropping away, 4.6 seconds. A little bit more penalty for him to lose as well. So Mockin, race leader. Still got 2.2 over Dylan. When we'll see the drivers in, they are different tyre choices. We've got Racing Super Softs on board for Mockin. We've got a set of mediums on board for Dylan. Fabuki got himself back past Fat Pickles. He's on a set of mediums as well. It's mediums for Fat Pickles. Mediums for Ben. So it's all kicked off then. Ben has closed this gap right up on these two. Third, we've got Ben Cosgrove going for a move on Fabuki, straight past him. I wonder what's happened between Fat Pickles and Fabuki to allow Ben Cosgrove to close the gap so much. Three-way fight then for third, fourth and fifth. White Jim's got himself back past Rick again, so sixth place for him, seventh place for Rick. Mental in eighth, Potts in ninth. JPH losing his penalty, 10th position. Still trying to drop that penalty for Mockin Weeks. He's still got 2.4 from Dylan though. So he needs to slowly but surely burn off the 10ths. Wide there, Dylan. It's a nice big sand pit to take you out. Fat Pickles, Ben Cosgrove and Fabuki kicking off then for third, fourth and fifth. A little bit wide through there, doesn't lose control. He has picked himself a penalty, so he's got to lose that whilst trying to defend from the two drivers behind. Able to lose any through there. This is the place you want to be doing it as well. There's not a lot of room for anyone else to get past through that section. You've got to get your speed up on the way out though. So will we see these two close that gap up? Slipstream not working that well at this circuit, to be perfectly honest. So Ben does close up now. Fat Pickles has got his car into the defensive position. Fabuki goes for a slingshot down the inside of Ben Cosgrove. Doesn't work out for him there. Gets a little bit loose on the exit. But loses a bit of time to Ben Cosgrove then. Fat Pickles holds on to that third. Penalty for him to lose though. Does look like White Jim and Rick 33 are closing the gap back up on these. Definitely are closing up. Mental Nev is also closing that gap up. Pot unfortunately is now 2.1 seconds down, and he's got 1.1 second penalty to lose as well. JPH, he's been in the pits, fresh set of softs on board for him. Just keeping it in a straight line there for JPH. Unfortunately now 46 seconds down. That will all change when the drivers in front come in. 13 minutes 20 remaining. Will we see top two come in? A little bit of wear on those super softs of Mocking Weeks. He's stopping out. Quite content with those. Dylan stops out as well. Oh, here we go then. Anyone going to make the move here? No, Fat Pickle stays in. Stays out, sorry. A lot closer this time though for Ben Cosgrove. Fat Pickles goes defensive again. Got to run around the outside. It can work through here if you can get just in front and hold your pace around the second part of this turn. Doesn't work out this time, so if you can just keep your line into that section there, you can gain the advantage. As long as the driver doesn't swing it back up for this turn. Fat Pickles holding on to that third, then Ben Cosgrove fourth, starting to pull time over for Buki. Still hot on Fat Pickle's tail is Mr. Cosgrove. Sticking with him. Has just lost a tenth or two through there, so the gap up to 0.3. Close up. Oh, he's got a little bit deep in there. He's got a little bit deep. That's Buki coming through there hot. Lost time to Fat Pickles Bro then. Put himself under increased pressure from Fubuki for that fourth position. Close that gap back up with Fat Pickles in front. He has got it down to 0.6 again, so he still will gain a toe. Still, the driver's not stopping. JPH is the only person that has been in, I think. Oh no, Rick 33's been in. He's come out on a fresh set of super softs. 11 minutes to go. JPH a couple of laps ago. Fresh set of softs on board for him. Mocking Weeks still losing penalty, 1.7 seconds in front of Dylan. Gap come down a little bit then. So the wear on super softs of Mocking Weeks must be hurting him. Losing a little bit of time to Dylan behind. Lewis, evening mate. I do. I've got several, but I've just left them all downstairs. You know what it's like. I've got one in my coat, one on the arm of the chair, one in the kitchen, and the crap one up here. Sod's law, isn't it? Boys are doing all right. Dylan in second, Mocking in first. Unfortunately, no Don tonight. We all know what Don's gone and done. Still kicking off at his third position. Fat Pickles holding on to it well. Ben Cosgrove still fourth. Got himself back in touch. Pulled a little bit of a gap again from Fubuki. Not massive. Nothing Fubuki couldn't close up with a nice little bit of an outbraking manoeuvre. It does look like he's just... Is he falling away? What's the time saying? A tiny bit. Yes, a tiny bit. Ben Cosgrove still getting a toe from Fat Pickles in front, and unfortunately Fubuki not getting a toe. Yeah, the gap visibly bigger there. Still got penalty to lose anyway, has Fubuki, as has Fat Pickles. Almost done it though. So White Jim in 6th. Not stopped yet. Mental Nev not stopped yet either. Pot's not stopped. Oh, I've said it. Properly said it that time. Alright. Rick 33 in 9th. JPH still 10th. So still 19.5 seconds back from Rick. So 8 minutes remaining. Mockinweek still leading. The gap between himself and Dylan down to 1.1 seconds though. Mockinweek's on a very beaten up set of super softs. You can see sliding it through there. Dylan on a worn set of mediums. He's just able to keep that gap coming down between himself and Mockin. Was it 2.5 seconds at one point? Down to less than a second then between Mockin and Dylan. Will we see either of these boys pit at all? Not this time. Mockin stops out. Dylan stops out. Under no threat from behind. 8.2 seconds back to third place Fat Pickles. Still under pressure from Ben Cosgrove. Still pulling time from Fabuki as well. Gap to 1.3 seconds between Fabuki and Ben. Fat Pickles is still having to go defensive into turn 1. Almost loses his penalty through there. Ben Cosgrove carries some good speed, but nowhere for him to go. Fabuki 5th then. White Jim in 6th, 2.5 seconds back. Mental Nev at 1.7 seconds back. Mugpot 7.5 seconds back in 8th. Rick 33 9th, 18 seconds back. Lion 16 seconds back. JPH 22 nearest, damn it. So Mockinweek then, those tyres are really hurting him now. Dylan all over the rear end of that Aston. Gets it wrong through there, so Dylan's just able to sweep through and take top spot. So going deep into Cake Shop. Tyres really starting to hurt him. So just what have we got? 5 minutes 45 left. Just got to be careful of these boys. Tyres of Mockinweek, if they fall off too quickly now, may still come under pressure at the end of this race. That's how close Ben Cosgrove is. Ben Cosgrove is definitely in a position. He's tried this several times over. He's already going down the inside. Turn 1 coming up. The inside for Ben though, keeps it clean. Fat Pickles looking for a way past. Carrying good speed on the exit as they head down towards Repsol. He's got the inside line as well, might be able to get this position back. Does, but he's gone deep. That's just allowing Ben to carry that speed through, but he has still got the inside line into this next turn. Side by side through there, tiny bit of contact. Still giving each other plenty of room though, side by side on the exit. Worth. Fat Pickles should win out on this one. Ben Cosgrove is not making it easy. It's allowed Fabuki to come back into this fight though. 3rd, 4th and 5th tightly packed together. 4 minutes remaining. So Ben getting himself into good position, got the job done down the start, finish straight, just unable to keep it going through the first section. He's got to try it all again. Closes the gap back up on Fat Pickles in front. Fabuki trying to hang on for dear life now as well. Definitely stick in that slipstream range to try and make any kind of move on Ben or Fat Pickles for that matter. Ben looking for another good exit, nowhere near as good as last time. Fabuki though, what's he, 0.3 back? He might be a little bit far back to make a move. It's not impossible. It's those wipers that are slowing you down, Fabuki. Killing your battery. So, Fat Pickles then has managed to pull himself 3/4 of a second. Change that camera up. Fabuki then definitely looking for a position off of Ben Cosgrove. Ben having to go defensive into Repsol. Fabuki backs out. It's gone deep though, Ben. It's allowed Fabuki through. Can he keep the speed up? He's far too far back now to make a move into this next turn. So Fabuki does get himself up into 4th. Ben goes deep into that as well. Alright, let's get ourselves up front and see what's kicking off. Dylan now then pulled 2 seconds lead over Mocking Weeks. Still, both of these drivers are pulling time over 3rd place Fat Pickles. 9 seconds the gap back to the 3rd place driver. Fabuki holding that 4th. So, 2 minutes remaining. Ben Cosgrove 5th. Bit of work for him to do. White Shark in 6th. He's actually closed that gap back up on Ben. Mental Nev 7th. Potts in 8th. Rick 33 9th and JPH 10th. Just coming down a little bit between Fat Pickles and Mocking, but with this lap and 1 more to go, that's pretty much going to be it, done and dusted. Oh no, I think this will become... No, I think they're going to see another lap. Don't quote me on that, they might not. Pulling more time than Dylan. Still keeping the gap, Mocking Weeks between himself and Fat Pickles. He's done well to defend it from Fabuki and Ben Cosgrove pretty much the whole race. Fabuki sitting in 4th and just got himself past Ben Cosgrove. White Shark 6. Oh, so close to the end of race 1. I don't think that's too bad. Mental Nev 7th. McPot in 8th. Rick 33 9th. JPH still 10th. 23 seconds back. He will be on pole position for race 2. Now 3.2 second lead. Oh no, this is going to be final lap then. 5 seconds remaining on the race counter. 2 more turns to go. Through the rack chicane. Through the little kink onto the start finish straight. Here we go then. Dylan coming through to take the race win. Mocking Weeks coming through to take 2nd. That's a good result. Absolutely beating up set of super softs. Not stopping for these two. Fat Pickles holding off for 3rd position. Fabuki's going to take 4th. Ben Cosgrove 5th. White Jim, championship leader, comes home for 6th. Mental Nev 7th. McPot is going to take 8th. There he is for 8th. Rick 33, another 6 seconds back for 9th. Wait for JPH then to come through these last couple of turns. There he is, comes home for that final position then. JPH taking that 10th. Yes, some good racing in that one. Dylan and Mocking Weeks having a real good race. I can imagine Mocking Weeks kind of hoped he wanted to put a set of softs on for that one rather than the super softs. May have lasted him just that little bit longer, but he might not have been as quick at the beginning of the race. So it's a bit of a toss-up for that one. So we've got about a 10-minute break and then we jump into race 2. Another half an hour. This time from Bathurst in Australia. I don't know what time setting they've got it on either. It might be in the dark. They do like, well, they like to pick Bathurst in the dark. Nobody likes to drive it. Yeah, so a few minutes break and then we jump into race 2. So chat away, people, chat away. Don't forget the race against dementia tomorrow starts at 9 AM. It'll be on YouTube. It's on Showler's channel, SHOWLER 89. That's SHOWLER 89 on YouTube. It's a 24-hour stint race hosted by the MRC boys. I think they're doing 2 4-hour stints each. Unless you're doing the qualifying, then you're doing the first stint of 5 hours. Far too many electronics going on in this room. It's far too hot. It doesn't help the missus put the heating on as well, does it? Hey. That's why I'm sitting here flapping. It is at night. Told you. They do like choosing Bathurst at night. To being asked about now. There is it is coming through. I think that's White Jim has won the championship, even with the results of this next race coming up. I think he's already got enough points on the board to take the championship. That's what Dylan's saying. He's won it. Potter's saying he's won it. Fabuki's just saying, pretty sure you've got to win this one to take the title, but who knows? I'm not having it. I don't get paid for maths. was in some kind of usable spreadsheet. If it was in some kind of usable spreadsheet, I might give it a go. We'll see if anyone knows stops here tonight. Difficult track, especially over the mountain with loose tyres. You need that grip just coming into this section you're looking at now. It goes right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, bang, into a wall. That's pretty much what it does if you don't get it right. Now, cheers camera, thanks for panning away from that just as we're looking at it. Let's get ourselves in this room and watch these maniacs. So this is what they'll be looking at throughout the race. Not an awful lot. Oh, getting it all wrong through Reed Park then for Fabuki. He resets himself. Anyone else still out on track? Yes, they are. Moving on with now White Jim. So just coming up through that same section through Reed Park. And the left-hander of Sulman. Into McPhillamy. This awkward corner, this one. It only takes a little dink of the wall there to push you into that sand on the right. This is the section I was talking about. Got to get this one right. And worn out tyres through this section aren't going to do you no favours at all. You can see just off camber turns, lots of concrete to catch yourself upon. Plenty of places to get it wrong through there. You may even see one or two cars backwards in that section, depending how wrong they get it. Onto the Conrod straight then for White Jim. To the chase section, actually a later addition to the circuit. The track did go straight all the way down to Murray's, but with too many accidents, you can imagine coming down that straight at absolute full tilt all the way down here, trying to outbrake each other into this turn. It's corners in all sorts of chaos, a few deaths as well. So they put that little kink in the chase just to slow the cars down on that big long straight. So let's do a full lap then on board through Hell Corner for White Jim. Up the mountain straight then. See drivers jockeying for position up here as well. Heading up towards Quarry Bend. Again, especially at the start of the race, there'll be a big pile of cars coming up here. Race 2 is a free choice of car, so they get to pick anything they want out of the GR4 selection. Oh, a little bit deep through there, through quarries. Up into the cut-in. So awkward little turn, this one. Oh, he's just getting inveigled with whoever that is behind him. Fabuki? No, it's Ben Cosgrove. Fabuki, my championship's going great. I've got all the points, mate. I'm winning. I'm winning my championship. That's what I'm doing. So through Philomene into Skyline. Again, this is the awkward section. We were just with him. Down into the dipper. Oof, that one there. Down towards Forest Elbow. Again, Awkward corner, that one, to get it in straight in. Braked in time for that corner. It's a good exit though by White Jim. He's all over the rear end of Mr. Cosgrove as they come down Conrod Straight. What are you actually driving? Oh, you're in the Ferrari. I thought it sounded too nice. Carrying the speed over the Audi down the straight. So not racing. They are just having a few practice laps before the start of race 2. Murray's then back onto this start-finish straight. That is a lap of Bathurst. Oh, how's my challenge going? Ah, that's what Fabuki was asking. Sorry, I thought that's a championship. My eyes were a little bit squirrely. It was going all right, Fabuki. It wasn't doing too bad, and then, well, if you watch the stream later, you'll hear me fluff it up, won't you? Didn't do bad for a while though. I didn't do bad for a while. I'm taking race 1. Screw it. I'm having it. I'm having that. I'm going to fluff it up in race 2 for sure. Right, that's enough of you, White Jim. So we've got Ben in an Audi for race 2. Mocking Weeks in a BMW. Fat Pickles in an Audi. Got White Shark in the Ferrari. I've already ruined it. JPH in an Audi. Rick 33 in a Jag. Mental Nev also in a Jag. Fabuki has gone for the McLaren. McPot is in a Porsche. Who are we missing? Who are we missing? Oh, it's Dylan. Dylan's in an Audi as well. Right, here we go, race 2. Ooh, nice try, Ben. Went for, ooh, White Shark also went for the killer manoeuvre. Didn't quite work out for either of them though. Right, challenge again. Let's try it. So JPH is going to lead us down towards Hell Corner. Rick 33 in second, Mental Nev third. White Jim in fourth. Ben Cosgrove. Okay, doesn't look like we got McPot in for race 2. Okay, they're off. Rick 33. Hold on a minute. What's happened here? Oh, JPH has had a terrible start, that's all. He's all the way down in 6th. Rick 33 in the meantime has got himself into top spot. Mental Nev 2nd. White Jim 3rd. Fabuki in 4th. Mocking Weeks 5th. JPH, oh, just been overtaken by Ben Cosgrove as well. So Ben up into 6th. Here we are into Quarry Turn. Through there cleanly, nobody into the wall. Let's see how they get on into the cutting. Wrong driver, get up front. Through there cleanly as well. Mental Nev actually got himself past Rick 33 up into top spot. Over the mountain they go then. Mental Nev starting to pull a lead already from Rick 33, both driving the Jaguar. Oh, we've got cars off. Who's that? White Jim smashing it into the wall. Fabuki, who's got that all wrong? got it back in a straight line. I wasn't able to catch up with him quick enough. Dylan sitting at the back of the pack after winning race 1. Right, who we're going to see make a move down here? Mental Nev already got a second gap from Rick 33. So under no direct pressure. White Jim is another 0.6 back from Rick 33. He's under pressure from Fabuki actually. Might see if Fabuki try and make a move here. White Jim will have the line into the chase. Closes up on Rick 33 as well. Oh, Rick's gone a little bit wide onto the grass. He's just about kept it on track on the exit, but that has allowed White Shark Jim to come through. Fabuki unable to make anything of that one. Has brought Mocking Weeks right back into this fight in the BMW behind these drivers. There he is. So Ben Cosgrove in 6, 3/4 of a second back. JPH just behind him. So closely followed by Fat Pickles and Dylan. So all the Audis at the back at the minute. Maybe this is not the circuit for them. Mental Nev then 2.1 seconds. White Shark getting himself past Rick with that little mistake. No McPot in race 2, possibly getting himself some beauty sleep ready for the 24-hour tomorrow. So Fabuki third then. Mocking Weeks up into 4th. Rick 33 has lost another couple of positions. So we've lost those coming up the mountain straight then. Fabuki and Mocking Weeks getting themselves passed into 3rd and 4th. Just get ourselves on board with Mocking. He's looking quite threatening on Fabuki at the minute. Yeah, you don't get to see a lot, do you? Getting it well through there, nobody getting it wrong. So maybe just a tiny bit back from Fabuki to try and make a move down into the chase. Where's he? 0.6 of a second. Yeah, 3/4 of a second now. He's got the same gap behind to Rick 33. Rick 33 has got Ben Cosgrove, JPH and Dylan for company. Audi drivers looking threatening on the Jag coming down here. Goes down the inside for Ben. Is he going to get the outbraking done? No, Rick holds on to 5th then. Oh, JPH going on the grass. We've just seen Rick do exactly the same thing. So the Audi drivers all tuckled away at the back. Dylan's actually made up a position. He's got himself up into 8th. He's got himself past Fat Pickles. So back up front, Mental Nev, 2.3 second lead he's now got over White Jim. White Jim got 1.4 from Fabuki. Fabuki has got almost a second from Mocking. 33 in the meantime is under pressure from Ben Cosgrove for that 5th position. Heading up to Quarry Turn, Ben goes for the outbraking. Gets the position, doesn't slam it into the wall either, so up into 5th then for Ben, 6 for Rick 33. Now we've got JPH, Dylan and Fat Pickles in Audis behind. Oh, smash into the wall. Nowhere for JPH to go through there. It did look like he was going to go down the inside, but the door was closed on him by Rick. Train of Audis following this Jaguar. Nowhere to go for anybody through here. Whoa, JPH getting a wheel on the grass. You can see if he'd have got that wrong how much concrete he would have collected, and possibly collected Dylan or Fat Pickles on the way through as well. Oh. JPH looking dangerous, trying to get down the inside at Forest Elbow. It's not worked out for him, but all drivers in a good position to make a move past Rick 33 now. Dylan already looking for a way past JPH. JPH closing using the slipstream on Rick 33. Rick's just saying, nope, I'm sticking my car right in the middle of that track. So Contact. Contacts. Rick got collected. I think that was a tiny bit of contact between himself and JPH. And that's as much as it takes. Unfortunately now, Rick 33. What are you? 9 seconds. It's going to be 10 seconds by the time he's up to race pace. Unfortunate for Rick 33, he does seem to get inveigled in one or two little bumps and scrapes. So Mental Nev still leading. Pulled a few tenths again from White Jim. Got himself under pressure from Fubuki though. So Dylan actually making another couple of positions up. Looking to 6 for Dylan. Got for the racing softs this race. Let's see, a quick flick through, see what everyone else is on. Mental Nev gone for a set of softs. White Shark Jim, softs on board for him. Fubuki, softs on board for Fubuki. Mocking Week, softs as well. Softs for Ben, softs for Dylan, softs for Fat Pickles, softs for JPH, and softs for Rick 33. Tyre of choice at Bathurst then. Mental Nev still 2.3 seconds from White Shark Jim. Being harassed by the McLaren of Fubuki though. Spitting flames out the rear end of that McLaren. Down into Murray's then. Fubuki hanging onto the rear end of White Jim. Possibly won't go for a move into Hell Corner. Leave it till they're going up the mountain straight. Now's the time. White Shark getting a good exit though. He's pulled a tiny bit more time over Fubuki. Got the gap to 0.4. It was just about 0.3 when they came around that turn. Closes up into Quarry. Nowhere for him to go, so has to hang on to third. Tries to get himself back in touch with White Jim in front. Tries not to lose time to him anyway. Give it another go down either the Conrod or back up the mountain straight. Need to turn those wipers off though, brother. Look, you're just losing time because of those wiper blades running. Into Skyline then. Oh, purple sectors, a clunk on the wall for White Shark. Again, Fubuki unable to get through there. You can see it's a very tight bit of the circuit. But Fubuki almost pushing White Shark round there. It will be in a very good position as they head down the hill. Shark going a little bit wide there, trying to give room. Almost ruined his own race. Fubuki then comes through to take that second position. White Jim in third. Now, can Fubuki close the gap up on Mental Nev in front? White Shark wasn't able to. Let's see if Fubuki can do it. So it's Jaguar versus McLaren now. 2.5 seconds the gap currently. 19 minutes on the clock. 11 minutes gone. Can White Shark hang on to Fubuki? Oh, a little bit wide through there. Kicks up some dirt. Mocking Weeks, unfortunately, now 2 seconds back. But holding on to 4th. Dylan's got himself up into 5th. He has got a 4-second gap between himself and Mockin. But very fast guys, Dylan. Ben Cosgrove holding 6th. So Dylan in 5th in an Audi. Ben Cosgrove 6th in an Audi. Fat Pickles 7th in an Audi. JPH 99 8th in an Audi. And Rick 33, unfortunately, without off-track action, in 9th in the Jag. So the gap is coming down. 3.2 seconds between Fabuki and Mental Nev. Right, Jim's hanging on to Fabuki though through here. Fabuki went absolutely crazy on the way into that. It's not helped him out though. He's now 3 seconds back from Mental. Keeping it all calm and collected at the front is Mental. 3 seconds the gap back to 2nd. Almost a second back to 3rd. Mockin Weeks unfortunately losing another couple of tenths. 2.2 seconds the gap. It's kicking off here for 6th and 7th. Fat Pickles getting his way past JPH. Sorry, that's wrong. It's Ben Cosgrove getting his... It's Fat Pickles getting his way past Ben Cosgrove. Audi versus Audi. Yeah, popular choice. Has been for several seasons, actually, the Audi. It likes to chomp tyres, but it's pretty stable if you know what you're doing with it. So Fat Pickles Bro in 6th, Ben Cosgrove 7th. Back up with race leader. So the gap come down a little bit again, down to 2.7 seconds. Just keeping it nice and calm out front. It's allowing him to stretch that lead back up to 3 seconds. Only just see Fabuki's lights coming around the corner. There he is. Still being harassed by White Jim as well. Down for the count. Evening, mate. How are you doing? How did your daily SRDR challenge go? I don't know why you bother, mate. Because once you're in the league like this, that stuff doesn't count. Doesn't mean anything. Screw the official PlayStation stuff. It's rubbish. Rubbish. Gap back down to 2.5 then. So the McLaren working well over the mountain, but Mental Nev does seem to pull a bit of time down these long straights. Let's have a quick look and see what sort of top speeds they're putting in. 64, yeah, it's maybe a mile an hour or two quicker than Fabuki's down that long straight, and he's obviously getting that advantage running back up the hill as well. Not that I think they're hitting top speed up there, but he's getting up there quicker. So yeah, the gap back down to 2.4. Still a second between the 2nd and 3rd. More time between 3rd and 4th. Dylan actually chopping that time down between himself and Mockin. 1.8 seconds the gap. There's Mockin just kicking up a big pile of sand there. It's going to allow Dylan to close up a little bit quicker. 1.9 currently. Yeah, the penalty system in the actual official stuff's terrible. Terrible. Let's have you brake down to your slowest speed at the fastest section of part of the course. Halfway down it, not even like in a braking zone or anything. No. Just as you get up to top speed on that straight, nope. Yeah, it's daft. Dylan getting it wrong somewhere. He's lost a bit more time to Mockin. Right, gap between Mental Nev and Fabuki down to 2 seconds. It's a definitive gap between himself and White Jim. 1.8 seconds the gap between second and third. Fabuki finally gaining control of the McLaren. Gap down to 1.9 seconds. Mental Nev will be looking at that as well. It was at plus 3 seconds a few laps ago. And he'll be seeing that time coming down. Both drivers on the same tyre as well. A little bit less wear on Fabuki's. Green P, evening brother. I don't know, man. Oh, who's that? Who's that? That's Fabuki. Oh, he's kept it on track. Lost a bit of time again. 2.1 seconds the gap. Oh, sliding it through turn 1. Yeah, gains a couple of tenths back, does Mental Nev then through those last couple of turns. Ferrari does sound good. So, Mockin still holding that 4th. P1 Dylan, oh no, I have ruined his name now, ruined it. So Dylan holding 5th, still 2 seconds back. I've been challenged tonight, boys. I've been challenged not to say the first bit of Dylan's name all night. I've been challenged not to say the middle name of this dude, of White Jim. I'm not allowed to say that middle name. And I wasn't allowed to say the first part of McPot's name, McPot79's name. Luckily for me, McPotts has sat out race 2, so I've not got to worry about him, but I think I've already ruined the other challenge. And I've said the other 2 drivers already. But not too many times, so if I don't get away, if I don't say it too many times, I'm having it. Alright. So back on with Mental Nev. Gap is definitely coming down. 1.7 seconds between P1 and P2. On board with Fabuki. 1.6 seconds. Ten minutes remaining of race 2. Final race of the season for the GTTCC. No idea when it's back. It's usually a good month, couple of months or so in between seasons while they just get things nailed down. Which cars to use, etc. Which cars get banned. Right, Mental Nev must be starting to sweat a little bit now. 10 minutes remaining, the gap down to 1.2 seconds. Won't be long before Fabuki's getting a little bit of that toe. Helicopters are up looking for the shots for these final last laps. Gap at 1.1. Into quarry then. Exploring all the track for Fabuki. Gap down to less than a second. So drivers not stopping race 2 either. Comes back over a second. Only just though. Back under. I think Mental Nev's just gone a little bit wide there and clipped the wall. Slowed him down a tiny bit. To the dipper now then, just coming up on some back markers as well, got to be careful of those. Here comes, coming up on Rick 33, he is ghosting out, but still Can just be a little bit off-putting as we go. Look, Mental Nev breaking a little bit early with Rick 33 there. Fabuki not quite aware of the fact he was going to break so early. A tiny bit of a love tap, but they are right close and up close and personal now. What is it? It's a quarter of a second between Mental Nev. Look at him closing up as they head down towards the chase. Mental Nev holds the inside line. Look at the power this McLaren's got over the Jag. Carries the speed through there. That extra 7th gear just doing the job down that long straight up into first. Then for Fabuki. Why can't I say your name? 8 minutes remaining. 3/4 of a second. He's got himself over Mental Nev already. Can Mental Nev do anything about that? His tyres looking very beaten up compared to Fabuki's. All the drivers on the soft tyre as well, so they've gained no advantage in that respect. White Jim holding 3rd though, but way off these two now. 1.6 seconds from Mental Nev. Mocking Week still holding that 4th. Dylan still 5th. Close that gap down a little bit. 1.5 seconds the gap. Fat Pickles, with 33, I think, just staying out of the way there. Fat Pickles is 6th position. He's under no threat from anywhere really. He's got 4.5 seconds in front to Dylan. And Ben Cosgrove, he's not long stopped for a fresh set of super softs actually. He's come out in 7th. 17 seconds back. JPH 11 seconds back, also fresh set of super softs. Rick 33 on a set of softs down in 9th. Fabuki then, top spot. Mental Nev hanging on to him, 0.4 of a second. Whoa, both drivers getting it a little bit wrong through there. Fabuki getting it more wrong than Mental Nev though, so that's brought Mental Nev right under his rear wing again. He's picked up a 2nd penalty as Fabuki. 6.5 minutes remaining. Oh, it's all kicking off then at the end of this race. White Shark is still not out of this actually. He is only 0.8 of a second back. Close that gap up then. I thought they were pulling time from him, but possibly that little mistake down the cutting. Down the skyline in the dipper was just enough to allow White Shark to claim that time back up to a second though. Half a second still between Fabuki and Mental Nev. Fabuki still with that 2nd penalty to lose. Both cleanly through there. Can Mental Nev get a good toe up the mountain straight? Good corner for both drivers. White Shark, Jim. Oh, I've just ruined his name. It's White Jim. It's only about the 2nd time I've said it. I'm having it. Still just a second back. A tiny little mistake from any one of these two in front, and it could be costing him. But Mental Nev, unfortunately, not able to carry enough speed up the hill to take the position off Fabuki. Holds on to it. Still holds that 1 second penalty as well. Really needs to think about dropping that. They don't want to be this close when they cross the line, otherwise Mental Nev will get the position with that 1 second gap, a 1 second penalty. He's got to be careful where he loses it though, so he doesn't allow Mental Nev to chuck one up the inside. So through Philemani. Oh, that's it for Fabuki. How did you keep that in a straight line? Thought he'd put it in the wall and ended his life, to be honest. He's kept in a straight line, just took a little bit of the wall out, hasn't picked up any more penalty. Actually pulled a bit of time over Mental Nev as well. You maniac. So just in the slipstream range, closing in slowly. Nowhere near close enough to make a move into the chase. Tyre wear on both these drivers starting to really affect their cornering speed now. Still 0.3 of a second between these two. Can Fabuki hold on to it for the next 3.5 minutes? Both drivers kicking up some dirt there. White Jim still hanging on, only a second back. Dylan has got himself... Oh, Dylan just dragging himself out of the wall as we catch up with him. He has got himself past Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks got a little bit of penalty to lose. He's hanging on to Dylan, heading up the hill. So Fat Pickles in 6th position in the Audi. Ben Cosgrove 7th in another Audi. JPH 9th. Another Audi. Rick 33 in the Jag. Got his hazards on, has Rick. Just let everyone know he might be running slow. Fabuki now thinking about losing his penalty. Only going to see another lap after this. Got to lose it before he crosses the line, otherwise that's going to push him down a position. Might even push him down 2, depending how close White Jim can get. What is he? He's only 1.4 back from race leader. He's got to get it within 0.9 of Fabuki's penalty. I'll get it in within 0.9 of Fabuki's finish time at least. Have you just picked up another penalty, Fabuki? Yes, you have. 1.9 seconds. Getting it wrong into Skyline again. Could all be being thrown away here for Fabuki. He's got a little bit of a gap between himself and Mental Nev. Needs to do some serious coasting into the chase to try and drop a bit of this. Try and lose a bit through there. Did ghost out, but didn't even take a 10th out. 1 minute 25 left on the clock. They will only see this final lap. Fabuki needs to think about pulling the time. Oh, kicking up all sorts of dirt. Onto this final lap then. Fabuki leads. Mental Nev's second. White Jim in 3rd. He's pulled the time back on Mental. Dylan 4th, 7 seconds back. He's going to be no threat to the top 3. Not unless they go spinning around in the dipper anyway. Mocking Week still holding a bit of a penalty, but got himself 5th position. No direct threat from Fat Pickle sitting in 6th. Ben Cosgrove 7th. JPH 9th as he just gets himself past Rick 33. It looks like Rick 33 is just going to hang about, wait for the timer to tick over, and then just cross the line rather than doing another whole lap. There we go, parking himself up. Right, Fabuki still holding on to race lead. He's got himself 1.3 seconds. So, still needs to think about dropping that penalty. 1.5 seconds the gap. He might be able to do this and not drop this penalty. He's got it, 2-second gap. Well, not unless you pick up another second through there, Fabuki. Stop it. Right, where are we at? Amazing bit of work for Fabuki. He's got the gap up to 2.6. White Jim, I've missed that, has slung himself down the inside of Mental. He's got himself second. So that's what's caused the big gap between Fabuki and the second place driver. 2.7 seconds gap. 1.9 second penalty to lose. How's it going to play out? So I think it counts the whole second. It doesn't count the point, it counts the whole second. So he could end up with a whole 2 seconds. Well, he's actually got 3.5 already. He's got it wrong. Fabuki's got it wrong at the end of the chase. He's lobbed it all away. White Jim is going to come through to take the win in the final race of GTTCC, and that is going to be championship win for him. White Shark taking the win on the final couple of turns. Mental Nev second. Fabuki lobbing it all away in the chase. Final lap. He was in for the win as well. with that penalty, still holding that penalty. See, still holding that penalty. He's lost another position to Dylan. Dylan actually coming through to take third at the end of that race. Fabuki. Fabuki, no. First to fourth, 2 corners. Oh, lobbed all the way. He'll be kicking himself for sure. Mockinwheat's taking 5th. Fat Pickles 6th. Ben Cosgrove 7th. JPH backwards sideways for 9th. Rick 33 giving us a demonstration of some burnouts. Is he going to try and burn these tyres out before the timer ticks out? He's not doing a bad job. Fabuki! Fabuki! What happened, man? Go on, Rick. Fabuki, man. Oh, I can't believe it. Pulled all that time. Didn't have to worry about your penalty. Let White Shark and have a battle. Mental Nev have a bit of a punch up. Oh, Rick 33 coming across the line. Backwards. There he is, taking 9th with no tyres. Fabuki! Oh, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Fabuki, man. That's great for you lot. That's good watching for me, don't get me wrong. And I'm also saying I've done the challenge, alright? Whether I've actually flopped it or not, I don't think I've done too bad to get all that right for as many times as I have. So that was the final race of the GTTCC. It will be a month or so before this one's back. A very, very popular league. Biggest unofficial Gran Turismo league outside of Gran Turismo, I believe. It's always 7, 8, possibly 9 lobbies running, different divisions. Most lobbies usually jam-packed full as well. So, no problem, Mocking, no problem. Pitting is broken. Yeah, it seems to be, doesn't it? It seems to be far too long people are ending up in the pits. That's possibly why people aren't stopping. But yes, I think I'm saying his name now, all right. White Shark Jim, I'm saying it. I think White Shark Jim has definitely taken the championship. He was about 20 points in front, 15 or 20 points in front before coming into these 2 rounds. Not a great result in race 1, about 5th, I think, 4th or 5th were you, Mr. Jim. But yes, gifted, absolutely gifted the win at Bathurst here tonight. Don't get me wrong, he did well to get himself past Mental Nev in the last few laps as well. Dylan, no problem. Ben Cosgrove, no problem. Fat Pickles, no problem. White Shark Jim, no problem. Yeah, so some good racing in that one. But that is the end of the GTTCC for the time being. Like I say, it's usually about 2 months before it's back while they just get everything nailed down and all the drivers and positions and teams and stuff. Like I say, it is a big league, so it does take a lot of jigging. So big shout out to the boys that have set all this up. Big shout out to Dennis Schuer, Chris Ward, Seamus O'Riordan, all the admins at MRC for putting up with all, well, you lot mostly, but me as well, you know. It's a great big happy family at MRC. I think most people who drive in this league know that. There are incidents, you know, people do fall out, but it's, no, it's not saying that. Nothing to do with that. I was just challenged last week as a punishment, Seb. I don't even know why. I can't even remember why I got this punishment. All right, but I ended up with. I said I'd hold on to I'd give myself a grid place penalty. I thought that was fair, but then I decided against that. It could be, but only if they take it that way. All right. So my punishment was then extended to a grid place penalty, which obviously doesn't affect me at all. And then I wasn't allowed to say P1 Dylan. I wasn't allowed to say P1. I said it in relation to the team they drove for, you know. So Mocking Weeks drives for P1. Dylan drives for P1. But I didn't say, I think I did at one point, I did say P1 Dylan once. But the rest of the night, it was just Dylan 20. White Shark Jim was just White Jim. Potter McPot, who I wasn't allowed to say, was just McPot. I don't know. Speak to Seamus. He gave me the challenge. He's oh yeah, he lost it. Stupid challenge. Anyway, that's it from the GTTCC. Nothing for you lot tomorrow night, but make sure you go check out the Race Against Dementia tomorrow. 24-hour race that the MRC boys are putting on. Race Against Dementia. I'm not streaming it, but it is on YouTube via Showler89's channel. That's SHOWLER 89. So YouTube tomorrow from 9 o'clock in the morning, 24 hours. I think there's 6 drivers all doing 4-hour stints. So get yourselves over, give them a little bit of support and encouragement. There's a link to the Just Giving donation page on my page if you go and have a look for the post. Get yourself over that and help the boys out. So that's tomorrow. Like I say, not me. That's Showler 89. I don't know why I keep saying 69. You know why. Sunday night, we're back with the Tanso boys again with the BMW N300 League, sponsored by Kyrgyzstan Motorsports. Followed straight after that at 9 o'clock with the P1 boys and their BMW League, but this time it's the GR3 class. So 8 and 9 o'clock Sunday. Monday night, we're back with the final round of the minis as well, the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. We will be back here at Bathurst, hopefully in the dark again. We've never run Bathurst in the minis, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. So that is Monday night. We've got nothing Tuesday, nothing Wednesday. The Mature Racing Club Team Oliver Racing GR3 League returns on the 10th of March. But I am back Thursday night, 9 o'clock for the P1 boys, and I believe it's round 4 of the Renault Megans. I could be lying. I think it's round 4 of the Renault Megans on Thursday. That's 9 o'clock. And yeah, Friday off next week. Woohoo! So if you fancy helping my channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/.smoker. Drop a little donation if you can. Thank you very much. Yes, I do think that White Shark Jim has won the championship. Yes, Dylan confirming it. Fat Pickles confirming it. Yeah. Well done, White Shark. Good racing, mate. Good racing. Yes, that's pretty much me done. So yeah, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/.smoker. Drop a little donation if you can. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. Give it a like, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here. No, I'm not. I've lost it. Now I'm out of here.